going to give Islam problems.
Volk at 170.
Get me at 170. Get me at 170.
We'll get you back on the Maccas.
Nah, look. Again, feel bad for JDM. I feel for him. Obviously, you don't get much better dudes than Jack. One of the nicest guys you'll ever meet.
And on it, but my shuttle just got here and I saw him walk. I wanted to tell Habib and Islam both congratulations, man. What they're doing is incredible. Just won a belt, 15 pounds up. I mean, dominantly. It's just him and his team, the work they're doing and the way they're performing is incredible, man. I gotta respect it, you know.
I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I want to see Ilia Topuria versus Islam now. I want to see it even more now. Dude, Ilia versus Islam White House. Make it happen, Dana. Make it happen.
Defend this new world title again.
Woo! Donald Trump, let's go. Open the White House. I'm coming.
That would be absolutely tremendous. It was an honor to call your fight. A pleasure to watch. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Islam Makhachev, ladies and gentlemen.
Masterfully handled on the...
Congratulations. I know this is a moment you've dreamt of for your entire career as long as we've talked to you. How good does it feel to have it happen compared to all your dreams about it?
I feel so happy. I stay now, try to control, but it's the biggest day in my life and so happy to be double UFC champion in Madison Square Garden. And what I told all fight week is my dream today.
Before the dust even settled on Islam versus JDM, the hype was already overflowing. Analysts, fighters, and experts were breaking the matchup down from every angle, studying styles, predicting strategies, and making bold calls about who would walk out with the win. Some predictions aged well, others missed the mark, and a few came surprisingly close to reading the fight like a script. So let's rewind and look at what the pros were saying before the first bell even rang. Before the results were known, Alexander Volkanovski had delivered straightforward advice for Jack: apply constant pressure, stay in Islam's face, and let his striking speak for itself. The grappling exchanges would happen naturally, but Jack's key was to never hesitate on the feet. Volkanovski's message was simple: don't overthink the takedowns. Trust your hands, trust your pace, and do what you do best.
Game is a pressure you, be in your face, be effective on the feet. And I love that. You need to do that. That's where you're best, that's where you do your best work. Do that. Worry about the takedown when it's there. Obviously with Islam's going to have that better control, but still, you need to be effective on the feet. Last thing you want to do is worry so much on the feet and don't let your hands go. You hear me say this all the time.
Volkanovski highlighted Jack Della Maddalena as a dangerous underdog, praising his power and non-stop pressure. He noted that even when opponents try to survive, Jack never settles, he keeps turning, advancing, and striking until an opening appears. While a finish was always on the table, Volkanovski believed a hard-fought decision was just as likely given Jack's relentless style.
Interesting one. Obviously, I'm going the underdog, going Jack Della Maddalena. Can he get a finish? Of course he can. Of course he can. I think Islam's good enough to survive though when he's gets hurt, grabs something. But Jack does such a great job of, if you're just hanging onto a leg just to stop that, Jack's not the type of guy to just try and win position. He will just turn his hip, grab your hip, turn enough while you're grabbing, just smash, smash, smash. Can you get a reverse from there? Yeah, you can. But can he get the finish? Because he's such a solid and powerful dude. He can as well. So that's interesting. So, decision wins looking pretty good here, but a finish.
Volkanovski had already outlined Jack's danger in the octagon, but Michael Bisping shifted the focus to the bigger picture. He highlighted Islam Makhachev's championship resume, underrated striking, and his ability to rebound from adversity while staying dominant at the top. Even with Jack's power and non-stop pressure, Bisping stressed that this matchup wasn't a simple striker versus grappler clash. Islam can end fights on the feet, take submissions when openings appear, and force opponents to battle for every inch. Against him, Jack wouldn't just need power, he'd need perfection.
Maddalena on an 18-fight win streak, taking on Islam Makhachev, a man that only has one loss on his record. He got caught by Adriano Martins at the start of his UFC run. His record is 27 wins, 1 loss. 5 knockouts, 13 submissions. The man can strike. Remember, this is billed as a striker versus a grappler or a boxer versus a wrestler. But the man's got submissions and he's got knockouts. Look at what he did to Alexander Volkanovski. Knocked him out with a beautiful head kick. And no one's knocking out Alexander Volkanovski. And he came back after getting knocked out against Topuria and beat Diego Lopez to become the champion again. And the man's flying high. He's a future Hall of Famer. What I'm saying is, Islam Makhachev can strike. He had moments as well against Dustin Poirier, who's one of the best strikers that the lightweight division had in recent memory. So I don't think that even if it's on the feet, it's going to be easy for Jack Della Maddalena. But when you look at the form that Islam Makhachev is on, last time beat Renato Moicano, did it very easily in the first round. Dustin Poirier took him to the 5th round but got the finish. Before that, knocked out Volkanovski with that beautiful head kick. And prior to that, had a really close fight with Alexander Volkanovski. Again, don't let that fool you. Volkanovski is a tremendously talented fighter that was the pound-for-pound #1 at one point. Remember that. However, Jack did...
Bisping noted that Jack's win over Belal Muhammad was the perfect warm-up, showcasing his sharp boxing, clean footwork, and the intelligent corner work from Craig Jones and Volkanovski. But he emphasized that Islam Makhachev presents an entirely different level of challenge.
Islam's upbringing, championship-built training environment, and years surrounded by elite fighters have shaped him for high-pressure moments.
Now stepping onto the Madison Square Garden stage for Jack's first title defense, Bisping admitted that the more he analyzed the matchup, the clearer it became Islam's experience, composure, and complete skill set made him the favorite in his eyes.
Belal Muhammad. And that's the perfect warm-up fight. I've said this many times, okay, because Belal could be bigger. He might be stronger, but he's not Islam Makhachev. It's a good warm-up. He's got beautiful boxing, probably the best in the UFC. He's got excellent footwork. He's got Craig Jones helping him out in the corner. He's got Alexander Volkanovski flying down to help him out and give him some tips and tricks and secrets of the fights that Volkanovski had with Islam. However, will it be enough? We got to remember, Islam Makhachev was bred for this ever since he was a little boy. There's just something different about him, about his team, about Habib, about Eagle MMA, about Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov, the lineage, the heritage, and just the kind of fighting spirit that these men have. Islam Makhachev has been bred for this moment, and he's been in these kind of big moments before. Remember, this is a super fight going down at Madison Square Garden, and this is Jack Della Maddalena's first title defense. On Instagram last week, I said that Jack was going to win, but now I think about it more. I did an episode of my podcast with Paul Felder, and the more I thought about it, the more I started to think that Islam wins this.
Israel Adesanya added his prediction to the mix, confidently backing Jack Della Maddalena to score a knockout. He argued that Jack's toughness and constant pressure would force Islam into extended striking exchanges, where openings for real damage could appear. Adesanya noted that even elite opponents like Dustin Poirier had survived Islam's submission attempts, and after watching Volkanovski compete with him up close, he believed Jack had the power and timing to seriously hurt the champion. His breakdown added another layer to the growing debate, emphasizing that even a fighter as decorated as Islam could be pushed to his limits by Jack's relentless style.
I'm not trying to count Islam out, but I just know Jack. I know that when Jack keeps getting up, it's going to be a problem. And Islam's going to be forced to strike. And when he's forced to strike with Jack, he's going to get hurt. Islam, I think, is the best of the Dagestanis, one of the best fighters in history, one of the most efficient. But when it comes to Jack, like, look, even Dustin's able to get up and like stop his submissions, and Dustin's a fucking gun. And also, I've seen live what Volk can do with Islam when they were in Perth.
Dustin has great boxing, but I still think Jack is on the boxing level.
Levels! And he's touching him. So that's why I know he's going to hurt Islam. I do think, Islam, I'm not disrespecting, I think Islam will be able to get him down, but for how long? It's not for long. And also he's gonna get stuffed from the beginning, in the middle, till Jack ends it. In this fight, not just because it's Anzac United, I really think that Jack Della Maddalena has the skills to stifle Islam's game and be able to just put it on the feet and knock him out. Might be second round, might be third, but we'll see.